Yo, it's October. It's 70 degrees where I am. We might get to 75. I doubt it. It feels amazing. It's fall and it's the beginning of the month. So that means I got to hit you with a list of some of the best, some new, couple of old honorable mentions of the best fall cologne fragrances you need to get your nose on ASAP. So on this Good Friday, let's go ahead and talk about it. It is Fat Boy Friday. Let's go.
Jello Beats, holla at me.
Yeah, said it's Fat Boy Friday. Fat Boy family, come swing my way. Let me tell you about the best fragrance of the day. And you don't like it, shorty, you can hit the highway. But on your way out, please hit that like button. Hit subscribe, pump it up, baby Joe button. Still staying true to this old fragrance game. It's Fat Boy Finesse, baby, ain't nothing changed. Yeah, I said it's Fat Boy Friday. Hey, I said it's Fat Boy Friday. Hey, I said it's Fat Boy Friday. Guess what? It's Fat Boy Friday. Yo, what's going on, party people, Fat Boy family? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. And again, it is Friday, man. So I hope you have had a fantastic week. I hope that October coming in has been pleasant and been gracious to you. It is the fourth quarter. This is where championships are won, man. So let's get to work. If this is your first time here, I appreciate you coming by. But for those of you that are already part of the Fat Boy family, you guys know what to do. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and click the bell so you can be notified every single time I post new content to the channel. But let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. All right, as I already said, you guys know what time it is. It's October, it's fall, it feels good. Yeah, I'm just in a good mood, man, because it's Fat Boy Friday. I got some cologne fragrances here that you guys need to actually get your nose on. Some of these you definitely need to buy. I'm gonna make sure the link is posted down in the description. No obligation, but yeah, I know some of y'all gonna buy them, so just go ahead, click that link. Honorable mentions, let's go ahead and get these out the way. These are the ones that I've been talking about ad nauseum as of late, so some of these should be no surprise. One of the most recent pickups from the house of Lattafa, we have Habik, you know what I'm saying? We have this beautiful, warm, spicy fragrance. This is definitely one that you gotta have in your collection. That's that oozes back, all right? One of my favorite fragrances, point blank, period. You guys know we've been killing this one. Arabiya Prestige. This is that Mahad al-Dahab. This one, if you love boozy vanilla, you can't go wrong with this one. That is absolutely crazy work. If you want sensual vanilla, if you want woody vanilla, kind of like, you know what I'm saying, that Goldfield and Bank Silky Woods type of DNA, and you want a beautiful bottle, this is from Fragrance World. We have Jazz. This is Fragrance World Note Jazz. This is one of the best vanillas out there, point blank, period. And then you want something that you can kind of step up, because just because it's fall don't mean, you know what I'm saying, that you don't have important meetings, you don't have business dealings, you don't, you know, have things you need to put on a suit. You're probably going to wear a suit more often now because it's cooler outside. Definitely check this out from Arabiya Prestige as well. This is Cold Opulence. This is basically blue talisman with some leather. All right, those are the honorable mentions. Now that we got that out the way, let's go ahead and jump into the list. These are in no particular order, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these things. So let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, number one, we have from the house of Riffs. We have Inspiro Men. All right, this right here is basically this beautiful iris fragrance. This is kind of like a play on my favorite DNA, La Melle Parfum. But what I appreciate about this is it's a twist. It's not as dark, it's much fresher. You know what I'm saying? The cardamom is definitely there. The warm, the sweetness, the spices is definitely there. But that iris is kind of elevated just a little bit. And there's more of a floral aspect here. I'm pretty sure there's got to be some lavender in here because it definitely gives this freshness. But this is one you definitely want to get your nose on. Like I said, the profile is there. The La Melle profile is there, but they put their own twist on it, kind of take it to another level. So some of those warmer fall days, you know, where it's brisk outside, so you want to get the best of both worlds. You kind of want that freshness, but you still want some of that depth. This is going to be a good one. And the bottle is just absolutely fire. So again, this is from Riffs Parfums, and this is Inspiro Men. All right, this next fragrance I had to buy. Shout out to Fragrance Flan, some of the best content I've seen out there on IG. He said this is basically if you took Parfums de Marly Alta here and you took MFK's Grand Soir and you put them together. This is like 60 to 70% Alta here, and that dry down, you get like that 30 to 40% Grand Soir, and he was not lying. From the house of Arabiya Prestige, we have Lattafa, light in the heart. This thing right here, like I said, if you're tired of the whole liquid broom thing, the Khadlaj, vanilla dunes, you know, but you love Alta here. You love that DNA like I do, that creamy, beautiful ice cream type of vanilla, but you want to take it up a notch and make it even sexier, because Grand Soir is a super sexy fragrance and it's sweet on its own. If you don't like sweetness, stay away from this fragrance. Like I said, this is a beautiful remix. Again, I love what Riffs did with Inspiro. I love, you know what I'm saying, what Arabiyat does. They're not trying to necessarily get one-to-one. They're taking the best things about these DNAs and they're amplifying it, or they're making it better. But if you want something that's going to be nuclear, that's going to last all day, and that's going to break every single neck at the next football game you go to, definitely check this one out. Again, from the house of Arabiya Prestige, we have Lattafa, light in the heart. All right, let's keep this thing going. You know, one of my favorite fragrances from the house of Maisonar is Amore Cafe. Took the world by storm, kind of like Altair when it came out. And we have from the house of Khadlaj again, we have mocha latte. This smells exactly like what it says, a mocha latte. Definitely has that Amore Cafe thing going on. To me, this might be, which is hard to say, this might be, I don't want to say better, but there's more cafe here. There's more coffee here. The sweetness here is a little different. Like I said, it definitely gives you a more cafe. This is kind of like within that 80 to 85% range, where it's like, this is kind of its own thing. Like the coffee here is different. Maybe like they use hazelnut, you know what I'm saying, creamer or something like that. But if you want something in that Amore Cafe range and you don't want to pay that Amore Cafe money, even though Maisonar is like entry level niche, is definitely priced pretty good, you know. I'm not mad at you, you know, like, hey, get that bottle. But this is also a good representation as well from the good house of Khadlaj. Nuclear performance, we have mocha latte. All right, and oddly enough, I have another fragrance that's supposed to be an Amore Cafe impression. But this is why you don't really pay attention to Fragrantica. You don't pay attention to the internet. You don't even pay attention to me. You get your own nose on it like I encourage you to do. One of the newer releases, and I had to get this when I just saw the bottle. Shout out to Armaf from their Odyssey line. We have toffee coffee. And again, this is a beautiful cafe fragrance, man. But here's the thing. This is not Amore Cafe. This is like if you took Bianca Latte and added coffee to it. Like dark coffee, like dark caramel, some chocolate or whatever. Like the bottle is fire. Like this is absolutely fire or whatever. This is super lactonic. This is super lactonic. So it's like they took Amore Cafe and added a lot of creamer in it. And it almost gives you like this floral coconut type of nuance. But yeah, not necessarily Amore Cafe. Shout out to Armaf for not necessarily trying to do a one-to-one. This is definitely a twist. If you say this smells like Amore Cafe, then you don't have Amore Cafe. This smells like Bianco Latte with coffee amplified and more vanilla, more toffee, more chocolate, more caramel or whatever. But definitely, if you want that DNA with a twist, kind of like a baby, you know what I'm saying? Amore Cafe, Bianco Latte, Armaf definitely did that. Again, we have Odyssey, and this is toffee coffee. All right, let's keep this thing going. We cannot talk about fall and we not talk about something from the house of Killian. We cannot talk about something from that Angel Share line. Angel Share Paradise. I've talked about this on the live stream, but again, from the house of Lattafa, this is some of their better work. We have that Fire on Ice. And man, this is a good one. Like I said, it's football season. You guys are going to be at the bar. You're going to be at Ale House. You're going to be wherever you are. Buffalo Wild Wings, watching the game. You might be at the game or whatever. You want to wear this to homecoming. You're kind of stepping out. You're kind of stepping it up. You know what I'm saying? For the homecoming party, this, that, and the third. This is going to be good. Going to get you that beautiful berry, that raspberry with that cognac type smell. And like I said, it's definitely on the rocks. It kind of gives you this aldehydic, like this nice icy feel where you still get the booze, but you get that brightness that comes from the raspberry, that tartness as well. So Lattafa did a great job with this one. Definitely get your nose on it. Again, we have from the house of Lattafa, beautiful bottle. We have Fire on Ice. All right, this next fragrance, or next two, I should say, we've been kind of talking about it nauseum recently. Recent releases from under Gulf Orchid, the Maisonar's Raw brand. we have Fari Al Arab. And you know, this is their interpretation of Clive Christian's Blonde Amber, a very good one. If you haven't watched the video, don't watch it now. Go watch it after this. Matter of fact, I'll post it in the end card. That way you can just automatically click on it. But basically this comparison to Lattafa's Art of Arabia 3, I kind of explained it from an EQ standpoint. If you want a little more bass, you're going to go with this one. If you want a little bit more treble, you're going to go with the Art of Arabia. But nonetheless, this kind of gets straight to the point, super sexy. Definitely has that Clive Christian, that blonde amber profile, and they did a really great job with this one. It's going to be great, especially for date nights on those cool fall nights. Check this out from Maisonar's Raw. We have Fari Al Arab. And let's just jump right over to the next one from the same brand. This is their play on Naxos, and it is straight fire. We have, again, I'm going to be doing an individual video coming from this one because I wore this again on yesterday, and oh my God, if I'm lying, I'm flying. I barely got in the door at the barbershop and my barber was like, woo, like, bro, like, what is that? No cap, no cap. Went to the store. People was like, oh my God, this lasted all freaking day. Went out to dinner last night after doing some work, and it was like, I smelt you. I was walking in the restaurant. They said, I smelt you walking in, going all the way up to the bar. It's a nice little walk. I smelt you when you walked by and went to the bathroom. Like, what is that? I say, that's some heat. Is it Naxos? 75 to 80%. Again, I tell you guys, I'm not one of those reviewers that's going to sit here and lie to you and tell you it's 1-to-1. I don't care if it's Naxos or not. This is fire. That beautiful, sweet honey tobacco vanilla. If you're going to order one, that's going to be crazy. Like, all of these are good. All of these are fire. But this one got some fire to it. From the House of Maisonar, Asrar, we have Muharri. All right, this next one right here, I've been talking about a lot, man, trying to kind of gatekeep because I love the Parfums de Marley Haltane DNA, but sometimes I prefer, you know, a less oody, you know what I'm saying, version of it. And they did it with this one. Shout out to my man Dutch. I sent him a sample of this and he's been raving about it. It was like, yo, like, I really, really, really like it. Like, it's basically Haltane without the oud. But from the Equestrian series of French Avenue, you guys need to get your hands on this one, especially if you're looking for something masculine. But this is French Avenue Hayden. This is a beast of a fragrance. Like I said, this is Haltane. You just dial back the oud. You know what I'm saying? Some people like Haltane because of that oud, you know, like this sweet oud, kind of like not the freshness that a Tom Ford oud wood has, but definitely kind of in that same similar vein as far as how they approach it. But I super love this fragrance, man. And like I said, you know, I was highly considering getting a bottle of Haltane. I still might because the OG is good. But I definitely love this one. But yeah, this is one, again, get your nose on it. From the House of French Avenue in their Equestrian series, we have Hayden. It does look like Loki though. This is definitely, the bottles are crazy. Like, this is all Loki, you know, right here. It's fire though. All right, we have another Arabiya Prestige. I'm telling y'all, I have fallen in love with Arabiya Prestige, man, because of the way they just do things. But this is based on, it's funny because I just recently got a decant. Gris Charnel is one of those fragrances, everyday, fall, winter. You can get away with it in the spring too. Just a beautiful everyday fragrance that you can really rock. And they came out with the X-Straight. And so I was kind of torn because I smelled the X-Straight and I was like, okay, this is good. You know, definitely more leather. But Arabiyat says, we're going to take it to the furthest extent. First of all, look at this bottle. This is Alnure. This is dark. This looks like a rock. And baby, it's built like a Chevy. This is super dark. Like, this is that matte black, you know what I'm saying? Like, you try to black out something. They said, we're going to take that Gris Chanel X-Straight DNA and we're going to make it even darker. Leather is the star of the show here, but you get this beautiful sweetness, you know what I'm saying, that surrounds it, that spice, that cardamom. I think there's some vanilla, if I'm not mistaken. There's some iris in here as well, but this one is good. This one is good. This is not your typical ombre leather. Maybe a little Tuscan leather, whatever like that. But like I said, it's only going to make sense if you smell the OG. It's only going to kind of like the whole thing, what I told you, like Blue Talisman with leather. This is Gris Chanel extrait amplified. They was like, nah, Grecian BDK didn't take it far enough. We're gonna take it all the way there. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like a rock, it's built like a rock, it smells like a rock. You just smell good. But definitely get your nose for if you're looking for something that I like all of the things out of here, a lot of these things are sweet. When it comes to masculine, the honorable mention, the Arabiyat, Coal Opulence, this French Avenue Equestrian Hayden, and then this one right here. If you're looking for that one, that super masculine fragrance, check this out, Arabiya Prestige. This is Alnure. All right, and last but not least, but definitely the craziest one up here, from the house of Bahara, however you want to say it. Shout out to them. They actually sent me this bottle. I got my nose on it. Finally, I've been seeing people talk about this. Shout out to my boy, KV Smells, that talked about this. And this is gourmand on a whole nother level. The only way I know how to describe this is if you like took a coffee cake and you took like some chocolate and you also put like this orange or lemony drizzle on it. That's the only way I can really explain this. There's like orange, not mandarin, bergamot. There's some lemon. There's some chocolate. I don't even think there's coffee in here. Super complex fragrance. It's not blind buy safe, but it's worthy if you get it. Now, if you're not a gourmand lover and you don't want all of those fruits and different things going on, you might want to stay away from this one. But it has this nice, beautiful, dark profile. It lasts 24 hours. I lied to you. We're talking about Bahara. So this is King Soleil. No relation to King whatsoever. And you see those rivets or whatever? Here's where it gets crazy. Hold on, let me show you this. Let me show you this right here. The bottle lights up. This is the perfect fragrance for Halloween. This is the perfect, no, that's not a joke. Like, it really lights up. This is the jack-o'-lantern or whatever. Like, this stuff is crazy. Again, that's the best way I can explain it. Like, beautiful, some type of cake. And it almost gives you like this, because of the fruits and stuff that they use, it almost gives you like this coconut flair. Don't be scared, because I know a lot of y'all are afraid of coconut, but not necessarily that, because there's some jasmine, some florals, and some sandalwood that's kind of at work here as well. You usually think of something like this, like let's go more spring, summer as far as the fruits, but they like, let's take something that's fruity, that's for spring and summer, and let's make it appropriate for fall and winter nights. This is gonna be crazy in the cold. Like when I say crazy, it's gonna be crazy. So if you have the opportunity, definitely get your nose on this one. But from the house of Bahara, we have King Soleil. All right, man, and that's the list. I mean, hey, that's probably the quickest I've ever ran through a list. That's 14 fragrances. You know what I'm saying? But listen, let me know. Some of these you guys know we've already talked about. Some of these may be new to you and maybe old to you. Do you have them? Which ones have you been thinking about getting? Are you going to pull the trigger on any of them? Remember, I have the links to everything down in the description. But engage with me in the comments. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and click the bell so you can be notified every single time I post new content to the channel. But until next time, you guys be easy. Have an amazing weekend. Stay cool, stay fresh, stay warm out there. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.